coming generations are endangered by accelerating global warming. Children are the future of the Earth. Our maximum capital and responsibility to safeguard. What are we all doing for them now? The reports of positive feedbacks on ecosystems are very worrying and alarming. We must all act quickly, in a coordinated, systematic, organized and planned way to succeed in this global climate crisis, or we risk not surviving tomorrow. I warned since 2009 and in 2019 especially about the danger of accelerating positive feedback on the pace of global warming. Data confirmed in 2023 by the scientific report of William Ripley and Wolf with the intervention of 3 U.S. universities. A master plan to save the planet must say what must be done and also how to do it. In this sense, the first priority is financing. Without capital-intensive financing available globally, there will be no coherent, effective, and fast solutions in a timely manner. We are dealing with the issue from globalsolidarity.live. We have designed strategies to resolve the situation. We need the support of the population, scientists, companies, NGOs, and politicians to succeed in our mission and objectives, which is to save life and save the planet. Humanity does not commit suicide when the positive feedback data on global ecosystems is confirmed and we only have 5 years left to proceed with the replacement of the energy matrix. Everyone will change and react. Humanity changes and reacts when it is on the edge of the precipice. Have faith, God will not let us die. We are doing everything possible for us to overcome this test. We only ask that you listen and cooperate. We just ask that everyone listen and cooperate. We must unite among all of us who are aware of the problem and push together, working on defined, precise and clear strategies. We only have 5 years or less to produce the replacement power matrix. This extraordinary effort requires extraordinary human, technological, scientific and economic efforts. We all have to get to work. Undoubtedly, concentrated and focused on global teamwork that needs to be done urgently. Banks and investment funds have a capital of $56 trillion. 1. In 1945, the United States spent almost 36% of its GDP to win World War II. 2. 10% of world GDP is hidden in tax havens. 3. In the first 9 months of 2020, almost 14% of global GDP was invested in the COVID-19 pandemic. 4. In 2020, $2 trillion, or 2.4% of GDP, was spent on weapons and armies. 5. Governments spend $500 billion a year on fossil fuel subsidies. 6. Almost 1% of GDP is already invested in clean energy. 7. You could buy the Amazon rainforest and preserve it for $1 trillion. 8. With 2% of world GDP, which governments must approve, it is possible to end hunger, extreme poverty, and global warming. There are enough financial resources to solve the problems. It is only necessary to reorient them. Once the possibility of hyperacceleration of global warming is confirmed and that runaway warming can also occur, this will be done. Let's have faith in this. One of our programs at greeninterbanks.com is to activate and develop the Forest Card credit card to finance the planting of 30 billion new trees per year. We are just beginning. The beginnings are slow and sacrificed, but people will end up understanding that everyone must participate and cooperate, because there is no other alternative, otherwise we will not survive. There is so much pressure that we have put on the environment in such a short geological time that everything can end in runaway warming and make the planet uninhabitable. We are not proposing marches or protests, we are focusing on global strategies and concrete actions to counter the anomaly. We ask all the NGOs to join our request to all the governments of the world to approve the Solidarity Green Fund of 2% of the annual world GDP to end hunger, extreme poverty, and global warming. Without capital-intensive financing, there will be no global solutions. Through the global e-commerce and e-business digital projects brought together by Global Solidarity Live, we plan to raise capital. We will donate 80% of the proceeds from the Megastore system to humanitarian NGOs. The other digital business units will contribute 50% of the net profit to help stop global warming and replace the energy matrix. The priorities are: 1. Unite the humanitarian and environmental NGOs of the planet to demand and urge the prompt allocation of 2 or 3% of the annual world GDP to end hunger, extreme poverty, and global warming by the governments of our planet, as advised by the UN and Master Earth. 2. Allocate $500 billion per year from the Global Solidarity Green Fund to end hunger, extreme poverty, pandemics, illiteracy, and other social injustices. 3. Act in cooperation with the scientific, business, NGO, and government sectors to reverse global warming, taking as a new goal to reach zero carbon emissions in 2030. 4. Create a coordination infrastructure to solve global crises, the global eco-government. 5. Universalize the global direct digital democracy system advised by a scientific council made up of the best scientists from all continents. 6. Replace the monetary unit for qualified time and assign life annuities to the entire population in order to replace the equation between capital and work by transferring production systems to AIs and robotics. 7. End inequality in the distribution of world resources by abolishing extreme poverty. To be able to do all this work, we require an initial investment of $1 million. We are managing the registration of GSL Systems as a corporation in the USA, and shareholdings for $100 million will be for sale. If we do not stop polluting before 2030, we will not survive and we will be doomed. Simple as that. To confirm this data, the acceleration effect due to positive feedback, the scientific report of the Gaia Team is required, whose financing requires a contribution of $1 million. Report that must then be confirmed or refuted by the IPCC. Either we do this or extinction. There is free will. If you can help us, please contact us.